Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your March 2017 general reading. You've got quite a complicated reading, Aquarius. I've had to pull quite a few additional guidance cards to try and get a picture. I do my love reading separate, so there definitely could be a relational theme going on for you, Aquarius. But please check out the relationship readings that I'll post in a few days, so I can keep this down to 15 minutes. So this is you in March. The Rebirth card, my favourite major arcana. I just love the energy of this card. This is just about being grateful about life, grateful to be given a new chance. This is about rising up from old patterns, old habits. It's about receiving new energy, receiving new life force. I just love this card. It's just apart from the sun, I find it the second most positive card, and you've actually got the sun as well. So your challenge is a Ten of Cups, so there could be a bit of a relationship challenge for some Aquarius, or there could be a challenge about feeling that your emotional life is complete. There might be a sense of emotionally just feeling there's something missing for some Aquarius, but we'll look at the rest of the reading. But it's an interesting challenge card to have here. We might come back to that, but yeah, there's a sort of sense of maybe not feeling that the picture is totally complete in your emotional life, basically. That's maybe what I'm picking up. So you enter March with the Five of Wands. So a little bit of pushed and pulled in different directions. I never get this as massive conflict. More that, that sort of, shall I go this way? Shall I go that way? A bit confused about your direction. There could be a tiny bit of conflict, but it's generally on the inner plane. It's not about massive arguments with other people, which is generally more the Swords cards. This is about feeling pushed and pulled, a bit torn, a little bit stressed maybe. You then move into the Seven of Swords. So I think this is some Aquarius are letting their thinking processes steal their well-being, okay? And there's a reason why I've said that, because in your mind, the crowning card is your thinking. This is the subconscious mind. You've got the Nine of Swords, okay? And I thought, oh my gosh, just too much thinking, anxiety, worry. And I asked for additional card, and I got the Sun, which is basically saying what I've just said. It's your thinking is taking away your vitality, your happiness. This is classic overthinking, basically. There's no other way around it. It's that quote, 99% of my worries never come true. But you're potentially following down a mental route that's taking away your happiness, which is taking away your joy, which is robbing you of your sense of feeling the joy of this card. Maybe that's what's robbing you of the Ten of Cups. It's actually how you think, and our thinking processes are just like tapes, CDs that go round and round and round unless we intervene in our own behalf. And that's just what meditation is, basically. Mindfulness, yoga, things where we intervene in our own behalf to stop that incessive thinking. Because that sun wants to shine. In the Judgment card, there wants to be new energy coming through, and it's not going to come through unless you can start to even a tiny bit quiet the mind, okay? Now, in the root of the reading, which is your subconscious mind, you've got the Ace of Wands. So this is beautiful. This is you almost bringing light to something that's been dark, something that's been, which could be anxiety. the fears that you've got in the Swords card. This is you bringing healing and bringing light to it, and basically saying no more. Very much like the Sun card, okay? So some of you could be taking up something like meditation, finding ways to still your mind so you can focus it on what you want in your life and not on what you don't want. Do you understand what I mean? Because that Nine of Swords and that Seven of Swords is potentially creating a nightmare for you. This is about focus, intention, and going for what you want. Now it's with the Four of Cups, so there could be a little bit of a feeling of slight, I get a bit of boredom with that Four of Cups, that little bit of a, not massively, just that little bit of I want something else to be happening. I want a little bit more, which could be that Ten of Cups. I want more emotional satisfaction. I want more emotional completion. So there could be a little bit of a theme of that, Aquarius, okay? Now how others are seeing you as the Queen of Swords. Now I've got two meanings coming up. This is about taking mastery of your own mind, if you look at it, okay? She's taking control of the sword, and the sword is now her beacon. It works for her, and she's been lit up within the third eye, okay? Because she now owns her thoughts don't own her. So this is about mastery, Aquarius, basically. But also some people could be seeing you as quite ruthless. This Queen of Swords can be quite a ruthless, I'm an Aquarian, so I'm not judging you, quite a ruthless bitch sometimes, basically. She can make very cutting decisions if she needs to, but that's a power everyone needs. We all need to be able to cut through things that don't work in our lives, Aquarius. So do not judge you. If you know, this is about, ultimately in its most positive, this is about becoming enlightened. This is about becoming a seer, having clear, direct vision about your future, a bit like the Ace of Wands, and a bit like the Sun card, okay? Now, in your environment, you've got the Four of Wands, so this is lovely. You can be moving house, buying a house, getting married. There's just happiness in your environment, guys. This is about celebrating, crossing a threshold, a new beginning, a whole new chapter starting. It's just, there's going to be nice light energy around your home and your workplace, and enjoy every single bit of it, because this is quite a big reading, Aquarius. It's quite a deep reading, guys, okay? Now, your hopes and fears is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups to me is the seeds of new romance. That's the way he's been presenting himself for the last, since about Christmas. This is a seed, so maybe the first dates, flirtations, communications with someone, but it's also about the first seeds, okay? So it might not have manifested into anything yet. Sometimes it is the first few dates, but it's more of it's something that exists in potential. It's a page, it's not a king, okay? So the Knight would be more receiving an offer, okay, and dating, but this page is more flirtations, fun, but generally flirtations from a distance, maybe. Now, as your hopes and fears, there's a sort of sense from Aquarius maybe fearing this relationship, and if you fear it, you're keeping it at bay, okay? And how we fear something is because we've been burnt before, basically. So this is classically past pain, preventing you from saying yes to good things in life now. Check out my love readings though for more guidance, and the reason I said that is your outcome. Now, what did I pull first? The first outcome is the Three of Cups. Celebrating, having fun with friends. The King of Wands. I pulled to get a major arcana, okay? Unless within limits. King of Wands, being a pioneer, going out into the world, bringing creative ventures. It's just it's like I've got you blasting through old restrictions, Aquarius, okay? You then hit the Three of Swords, and that's how I've got past pain, preventing you from embracing this Page of Cups. Then your outcome is the Lover's card. So I think for any Aquarius who are resisting relationships, which you could with that Page of Cups and the fears, the Ten of Cups as your challenge. There's some Aquarius could be fearful of the potential for new love this month. Okay? There's a feeling of anxiety, not being good enough, not being worthy enough of love, fearful and mistrustful of what's been offered to you or what exists in potential. And there's almost a sense of some Aquarius who haven't been in a relationship for quite a while. You've sort of get used to it. It's become your identity to be the Queen of Swords. And so it's almost joining into a relationship would be a huge leap for you. But you know what? I think you're going to go. I know this isn't going to speak to everyone watching. There's nothing I can do about that, guys. But for any of you who are fearing emotional involvement and emotional love, it's worry, it's fear, it's past pain's going to repeat itself. But if I was you, and I am an Aquarius, so I'm taking my own advice, I'm going forward. And it's about accepting that you're worthy and you deserve this beautiful Lover's card. And letting that past pain and trauma go. And for any of you who are already in a relationship, there could be states of mind that are preventing you to being happy. You're quite separated off from your partner, okay? And you need to take tentative steps to move towards that union again, okay? And I'm sorry if this isn't relevant for everyone. There's nothing I can do, guys. I get the cards I'm given. To not read the cards I'm given, I would just lose the ability to read cards. So listen, I really would recommend you look at the relationship reading, guys. And hopefully within the next few days. And loads of love, Aquarius. Love yous. Bye.